Hi guys! So sa video na to, i-discuss natin uh, kung paano gumawa ng isang proper monitoring sa Excel ng mga credit card transactions mo. So para makatulong sa pagmo-monitor mo ng mga tamang transactions na pumapasok or mai-budget mo before dumating yung SOA sa paparating na buwan. So, you can see meron tayong tatlong worksheets sa loob ng isang workbook. Yung first worksheet is yung all transactions. Then, meron tayong mga columns dito. First is yung bank. Next is transaction type. Details. Due for, meaning minsan kasi merong nakikiswipe sa atin. So, pwede nating ilagay yun dito. I don't recommend na magpa-swipe but sometimes it happens. Sometimes ikaw yung nagbabayad ng bill during dinner out or pag lumalabas kayo ng mga friends mo. So, yeah. The next one is CC SOA month and then the last one is the amount. So, the next worksheet is yung CC summary. As you can see, meron tayong color-coded na summary. So, for easy monitoring, maganda na yung kulay nung bank ng CC mo ay kakulay nung monitoring for easy, referencing. Sorry. Change natin si BPI to red. Yes, medyo masakit lang siya sa mata, but yeah. And then si China Bank, supposedly red din siya, but yeah, let's retain it as is. And then si Metro Bank and BDO. And then yung total. So, you can see meron tayo dito, due for, ito yung pangalan ng tao na due for yung total na yan. So, the next one is yung month. Okay, usin lang natin yan. And then month is for example January 2025 or Feb 2025 para alam natin kung anong buwan due yung line item na yon. And then the last sheet is ito yung para sa data validation lang natin for bank and transaction type. Then let's go back here. So yung bank, yung column for bank, ginawa natin siyang data validation. So, pwede mo siyang gawin dito. Just go to data validation and then click mo lang to. Usually, need mong, when you go to data validation, ulit natin, punta ka lang sa list and then click mo lang to and then go to this one and then i-highlight mo lang yung names ng bank. I personally just put an allowance para in case na medyo madagdagan yung name ng bank na need kong i-monitor or yung name ng yung credit card na need kong i-monitor. And then just click enter and then click OK. And then, ayan na yung name ng mga bank na need mong i-monitor. Lalabas na blanco lang yung iba dyan, pero when you update it, madadagdag naman yung name ng mga banks na yon. So, that's how you put a data validation sa name ng bank. Then, the next one is transaction type. Just the same, you go to data validation and then click list. And then, yung source natin is nandito and put yung transaction type. Pwede mo rin siyang dagdagan just to put an allowance. But in this case, hindi ko na siya dadagdagan and then I'll just click OK and OK or enter. So, ayan na yung name ng mga transaction type na gusto nating makita. Okay. The next one is yung detail. So, this one is a free text or text string. Pwede mo siyang lagyan. So, for example, meron kang dine-in delivery sa Jollibee with for example, pamangkin or with bunso or whatsoever. So, para lang alam mo kung ano yung specific transaction na yon. And then, due for, pwede mong ilagay yung para sa sarili mo, put it myself, and then you can put the name of your friends here. For example, friend 1, friend 2. So, for example, Jollibee, palitan ko to, Jollibee with friends. So, for example, ang Junyo is 1,500. So, naka 500 kayo each. So, ito yung total nung transaction na nandoon. Okay. And then, yung SOA month. Alam mo naman kung kailan pumasok yung isang transaction and alam mo kung kailan siya magiging due. So, pwede mong ilagay dyan yung due for what month yung transaction na yun. So, in this case, January 2025 yung nilagay natin. Okay. So, we're done with this one. And then, let's just go to CC Summary. And then, i-ensure mo lang na tama yung due for. And then, friend 2. Okay? Para makuha natin yung total for each bank and each month and each due for, kailangan natin gamitin yung formula na SUMIFS. So, equals SUMIFS. Medyo marami kasi yung criteria na kailangan natin. So, yung sum range natin, ito yon yung amount. So, need natin siyang i-lock. Lagyan mo lang ng, pwede mong i-click yung F4 or pwede mong lagyan ng $sign yung column. Yung, for example, H to H. Yan. Since ito, hindi to gagalaw. Dapat. Yung next natin na kailangang ilagay is yung criteria range. So, yung first criteria natin is yung bank. So, again, ilalak natin si bank since hindi naman siya kailangan gumalaw. And then, put a comma. And then, the next one is yung criteria 1. So, since si bank yung nilagay natin, lagay natin to. So, sa point na to, need lang nating ilagay or i-lock is yung yung cell number. Meaning, yung cell number niya kasi is C4. So, C4, yung row niya. So, need lang nating i-lock si row kasi gusto nating manatili sa row 4 yung criteria na to. Pero, hindi natin ilalock si column, meaning yung C, kasi need nating gumalaw from BPI down to CDO, down to China Bank, to Metro Bank. Then, lock natin, next, na tayo. So, si criteria range 2, yung next natin is si transaction type. Wala dito si transaction type. Need natin ilagay si due for. So, again, ilalak natin yung column na yan kasi hindi siya dapat gumalaw. And then, the next criteria is si due for. So, si myself yon. For this one, ang ilalak naman natin is si column. Since even lumipat kay China Bank, kay Metro Bank is dapat hindi manggaling tong column. But pag lumipat siya pababa, pwede nating palitan yung row number naman. So, si column will stay as column A, pero yung row number niya will be flexible. So, the last criteria range is si month. So, yan. Lock lang din natin si month. And then, the next criteria will be si month din. So, ilalak lang din natin siya. And then, okay na yan. Okay. So, copy lang natin and then paste values sa lahat ng cell. No, not face value. Paste formulas. Yeah. So makikita mo meron kang 500 each for BPI for yourself, friend 1, friend 2 for the month of January. So as ito hindi na to need palitan, only in case na may idagdag ka na idadagdag ka na bank name, pwede mong mag-insert dito and then galawin mo lang yung sum range. Okay, and then lagay mo si bank name dito, and kung gusto mong palitan yung color, you can do so. Yeah, but for now, let's leave it as is. And then sila friend 1, pwede mo siyang palitan. I personally change yung month lang. So usually nag-overlap lang naman is 2 months. So for example, bayad ko na si January, usually doon na papasok si March. That's the only time na lalagyan ko na to ng March, kasi usually bayad na si January as you start yung new credit cycle or credit card cycle. So okay na yan. And then as you go along, usually ang papalitan mo lang naman dyan is yung mga transaction. So add ka lang ng transaction. So for example, add tayo for Metro Bank. This one's McDo naman with friends. Copy lang natin to kung same friend's name lang, but you can always put a different friend name there. And then for this one, lalagay lang natin si Feb 2025. So dapat yung naming nung name nung SOA month mo is the same as yung name nung SOA. So dito meron tayong apostrophe to make it a text file. Sorry, let's put it Feb 2025, and then we also put here an apostrophe to make it a text string. Sorry, put lang natin dito si friend name 1. So naka BPI yung mga next, so dapat Metro Bank din, just for them to be in the same bank. Okay, so nag-change siya. So yun, as you go along, pwede mo siyang dagdagan ng dagdagan, and then hopefully this will be a good monitoring or a good help in monitoring your credit card expenses. So makikita mo kung magkano yung due for you, for myself, for the current month sa lahat ng credit card, kasi usually pare-pareho naman yung month kung kailan mo kailangang bayaran. So I usually put here yung due date, for example 17th here, and then for example dito naman 20th, and then 22nd. So usually same lang naman siya, but what you need to know is kung magkano yung paparating mong total for the current month. So that's how I do it. I'll put a link of this Excel file in the description para hopefully makatulong. If you can play with it, very much better. Thank you so much for watching the video.